it again because
Recording in progress.
I won't forget, no? So, how many of you work with someone who is visually impaired? Syempre, all of us, we work for someone who's visually impaired, or we know someone who's visually impaired. This is a very important lecture for the interns also, so that later on you know about low vision. So let me invite you first to imagine something. So picture yourself as a visually impaired person. So you were dropped off at the supermarket by a friend and you need to buy a few things for a party tonight. You pick up a product and you can't read it. So can't read the label. What will you do? This is a simple everyday solution, but one that becomes incredibly difficult without access to visual information. So what are visually impaired Filipinos doing today? You have models, you have lawyers. This is the first Filipino visually impaired lawyer. You have athletes, you have artists, call center agents. The last year I brought this blind person to talk that she's an accessibility consultant and an inspiring speaker, always willing to help our VI patients. And even our master chef contestant, she's actually half Filipino, this girl that won the master chef. Season 3 yata siya. But yet, the majority of these visually impaired people, they're all succeeding, right? But majority of the visually impaired people remain at home. So why is this? Because the world, especially our country, is not yet ready for them. Parents of visually impaired children are always in constant worry. Will my child be able to go to school? Will my child be able to find work eventually or live independently? So who's going to help them when I'm gone? We need to make our world more accessible for everyone. Visually impaired people need access to information, navigation tools, work opportunities, and the right to participate fully in community life. But accessibility is still an afterthought. Many websites are not screen reader friendly, and public school textbooks until today remain inaccessible. Our own education system excludes some of our brightest learners. But let's first reflect on how we view disability. So there's a medical model of disability and a social model. In the medical model, we see the individual as the problem. So it's something to be fixed. So the disability is the problem. But in the social model of disability, this is the good one. It challenges this. It says that society is the barrier. If the world is not designed for inclusion, then the issue isn't the disability, but the environment. But sadly, we still all operate in the medical model. But that's beginning to change thanks to technology. The power of technology is so amazing. Imagine today a visually impaired person who lives alone. They can cook, control the TV, use a smartphone, work online at home, and even navigate the streets independently. Artificial intelligence can now describe objects, read signs, recognize faces, and give real-time guidance. There are so many tools, it's so hard to keep up even while I was preparing for this talk. Yet, despite all this innovation, accessibility is still limited. Education and employment remain out of reach for many. So that's what, this is where assistive technology comes in. So what is assistive technology? It refers to any tool, device, software, or equipment that helps individuals with disabilities perform daily tasks. For the visually impaired, these tools are lifelines. They support reading and writing, mobility, navigation and mobility, education, daily activities, and work. So I'll just go through the kinds of assistive tools that are available. The first one is the optical magnifiers. These are the ones that we all know, the handheld and the stand magnifiers and telescopes. This enlarge print and images. But the next one, this is where the electronic, all this technology stuff come in. The next is the video magnifiers. Electronic magnifiers help with reading, especially for patients with their impairment is in the center. They come in different sizes, from desktop and all portable, iPad, all this small stuff. Digital devices adjust magnification, contrast, and brightness, making print clearer and easier to read. So I'll show you a video of the video magnifier that I have, but this is the old version. I didn't yet make a new version. So this is the SmartLux video magnifier. It can magnify fine print. So if you can see, this is the smallest print in the reading chart. The newer model, and then it has many 5 or 4 magnification levels. The newer model has more magnification levels. Then you can change the contrast. This is the really nice part. So depending on the patient, what the patient likes to, what's nice for the patient, that's what she'll choose. You can read bottles, you can read your medicines. You can also change the contrast of this one to make it black and white, and you can magnify it also. And there's an option also where you can write. There's a space to write. So this is very handy when you go to the bank and you have to fill up those forms. And the forms of the bank are so not accessible. They're so light, even for the not visually impaired, you can use that. So the newer version of that includes an HDMI port that you can connect the device to the TV or to the computer, and so whatever you're reading here comes out in the big screen. It's really very, it's also portable. Then we have the OCR, or the optical character recognition. These systems scan printed text and then they convert it to digital text, readable by screen readers or displayed in Braille. OCR powers apps and devices like portable scanners, smartphones, and wearables. So these are the screen readers that are available today. The JAWS, or the Job Access with Speech, this is a paid Windows screen reader used by professionals and students. It reads screen content aloud and supports Braille. The NVDA, though, that's the non-visual desktop access, this is a free open source screen reader with similar features, almost the same features as the JAWS. It's reliable, accessible, and it's free. So this is how all the visually impaired, so more people can use it because JAWS is a little bit expensive, but NVDA is free. There are also apps that have OCR, which I will discuss. I'll show you later. So another assistive tool that's really hot now are the wearable devices. These are the hands-free devices that have OCR and AI-powered. AI-powered comes in 2 forms. One is vision enhancement, meaning it magnifies your vision, but the other is vision assistance, which is mostly audible. So this is an example of the one here to the left is the Iris Vision. That's what I have. The second one is the nicer version of the Iris Vision, but it's still not there. It's not available for the Philippines. And this is the eSight. Looks nicer, but a lot more expensive. So this is a video of the Iris Vision.
It was like a normal day.
So if you notice, it really it can magnify the scene. It can magnify faces of people.
Y'all don't understand.
It can make you read. You can adjust the contrast. It's like having an electronic magnifier. Because if you notice, it has a phone in front. It used to be the Samsung, now it's
the very first time that I got my goggles.
So it's so life-changing. Kaya lang, you try to give it to patients here in the Philippines, they don't like the way it looks, it's too heavy.
It was pretty amazing.
So I have some patients have gotten this.
Now that I have
one uses it
Iris
to go to
Vision,
her,
I can do just about anything I did before.
Another one, but
be able to
mostly
see
people who
again.
get it use it for the computer. So then we have the visual assistants. The visual assistants, this is audible. You don't see anything. You just hear it. These are all AI assisted. So they use cameras and AI to read text, recognize faces, and describe the environment. They do not enhance vision. So this too, we also have this available here. This is the Envision glasses. It now comes with also frames, the frame with the glasses, no? And then that, I'll show you a video.
Dictionary defines it as
So
the
this one
ability to
looks so
live your
much
life
better,
without
right?
being helped or influenced by
But
others.
mostly
It
people who
could
use this
also
are the
mean
ones whose
the
vision are
ability to
really,
discover
wala na, you
a
cannot
whole
magnify
new
it na.
recipe.
But it looks nicer, di ba? So all you
Chicken
have
and
to do is
pumpkin
press
soup.
it here on the side, and then it's going to read for you.
Soup ingredients.
It could also mean submitting an assignment just before the deadline.
It could be sharing a laugh with a colleague.
It
near
can
the
also
office.
recognize
Looks
faces
like Alex from Finance.
if you
To step
input the
out for
person.
some fresh
But I think
air and
one of
roam
the
the
new
streets
part here
without
of this
any
Envision
worry.
is you can ask for
Looks like a
help.
body of water running through a grassy
So
field.
here, when you go outside, it will tell you what's in front of you.
Or just managing to catch that train during rush hour.
Here,
1541, Sprinter, Amsterdam Central, via Maria Hof.
To be able to sort and read my own letter.
Credit card statement, Post Box 289.
To be able to pop quickly
So
into
medyo
my favorite local
emotional
store.
talaga because they're all of a sudden
Mango
able to
chutney.
do things on their own.
It is to know that when I get
I
stuck,
just want to
have
show the
people to
part
call
here
on.
where he's stuck, right? So it now has
Hey there,
it
there
now
seems to
has
be a
the
roadblock here. Can you help me out?
ability to call a
Do you want to
person,
use like a roadmap or something?
Okay, wait,
and
I'll share my
then
location.
he'll tell you what to do. So it's AI assisted.
All hands
That's
meeting.
for
203 meeting
Envision.
room.
Now for Orcam, I won't play the whole video.
The tiny device
It's
magnetically
exactly
snaps onto the side
but
of
it's
glasses
like just a
and
magnetic
instantly
thing
reads
here
text
in the
to you from
side,
any surface.
and you have
All
to
you
point.
have to do is point. White
The
chocolate
price
cookies.
though of this Orcam is super expensive.
Allcam's
It's
innovative smart
now
reading
it's like
feature
about
works instantly
500
and
to
discreetly.
600,000. It
Start
doesn't even
smart
run
reading.
down fast. So this is also good for navigation.
Read me the headlines.
And
Found
reading.
2 headlines. First
You're just
result,
talking now.
Orcam
You have to
My
talk
iTunes
to
name
it.
to times.
So anyway, so now there is an AI-powered wearable that has both vision enhancement and vision assistance. This one is what is coming soon, okay? I like it because of the looks. It's not as bad as the other one, no? And it does exactly the same thing, but it's lighter, and then it's
So in the past, if I wanted to read perhaps like
it
a
can
magazine or
do exactly the same thing. So this girl, if you see later on, she's gonna like thread the needle. Here, wait,
With the didactic technology,
that this is called the idaptic.
the tiniest of print with these glasses on. This is the auto zoom.
Here, she threads a needle.
Bigger, I simply zoom it up and it gets really big.
So this
even
looks so
able to
much
go above and
nicer.
beyond and do
But this is
incredible things
also
such as threading
controlled
a
by the
needle for the first
phone.
time.
It's so discreet, you don't even see those wires hanging. She can see. You can look at
I have
paintings and all of that. Now, this has the visual assistance REN. If you want the visual assistance, you upgrade, and it's a subscription. So with the visual assistance, you call Ivy, and then Ivy will tell you. So let's say I'm looking at this. Please describe. Ivy, can you describe what is the this? First she sees this pala. Oh, Ivy, who is the painter? Can you tell me about the painter? Continues. Then Ivy will tell you about the painter. That's the beauty of the AI. Okay. Now, there are other AI wearables, and this AI-powered Ray-Ban, this is the Ray-Ban. I think you guys know about this, no? And then the Apple Vision Pro. This is so much cheaper, sana, but when it was reviewed, it's not yet so ready for the visually impaired. But I found a video of this girl she Instagrammed this
And this
today.
is how the Ray-Ban Meta glasses are gonna help me pick out an outfit today. So I have this new top that I just
So
bought.
this girl is
Now,
blind.
as a
She has
fashion lover, I
retinitis
fall into the same trap that
pigmentosa.
I think most fashion girlies do. I buy the same thing in multiple colors if I fall in love with it. Which also means when I buy multiple colors of something, I can't see which is which. And that is the first thing that these glasses are gonna help me with. Hey Meta, which one of these pants is black?
So she buys the same colors of different things that she likes.
These are
Then
the
she
black
asks
ones, which
Meta.
means
Meta is the
these are the
AI
ones we
of this
want.
smart.
Now it's time to pick a shoe, and I think in my head either of these could work.
Now I'm
but
showing
I know
this
the color
because
is going to be
she
very
uses
nuanced
Be
and
My
specific
Eyes
on
with this next
so
one.
I think I need a
Be
human
My
volunteer
Eyes is a
instead of
volunteer.
AI to
You
help
can
me.
volunteer
I'm going to use
that
the
you'll
Be
get
My Eyes
called, and
teacher,
then they're
where
gonna
there's an
ask
integration
you.
in these glasses.
Like
So,
here, she's
hey
asking
Meta,
which is more bagay.
call a volunteer on Be My Eyes.
She asks Meta to call the volunteer.
Thanks for taking my call. So this is the outfit that I want to wear today, and I'm trying to figure out which of these two shoes matches the color of these pants better. I honestly am not very good at understanding the difference between like cream and white.
The beauty of
so that's
this,
where I'm
no?
struggling. I'm
The
not
Be,
sure
Be
of
My
these two
Eyes
shoes,
also,
like,
you
which
can
one is more
always
creamy
ask,
and
like
which
if
one
you're
is more of a bright
confused, you
white.
can just call
You
Be
could
My
just let me
Eyes,
know
there's a
what color
volunteer,
you think
we'll
goes
answer
better.
and
That
then
would be
we'll answer
very
the
helpful.
question. Okay. All these devices transform how people read, navigate, and engage in the world. There are also the Braille and the tactile devices. From Braille displays to screen magnifiers, these tools enable full participation in school and the workforce. Now, navigation. There are, of course, navigation and mobility, we use cane. So if you know how to use a cane, there now are smart canes. And this smart cane so far is the best that's now out in the market. It's called the WeWalk Smart Cane.
Okay, let's talk
this is
about
one of
how
the
the
bloggers
WeWalk cane
who
detects
chooses the
obstacles
cane.
in front of you. Well,
So
first
the
and
cane
foremost,
kasi,
the cane is just
you're
a
handling
regular
it,
cane.
and it
So
just
it can detect
tells you what's
obstacles
in
waist
front of you
level and
below.
below, just like any regular
But when
cane
it's
does.
up,
But what makes
you
it
don't.
unique is the ability to detect obstacles waist level and above. So this is a problem you might run into with something like this. This playground equipment has a big open space underneath it, so as I walk up to it, my cane goes right under it, not telling me there's anything in front of me until, bam, I run right into it. So this is where the WeWalk cane and its obstacle detection is going to come in handy, because it's going to alert me that there's something in front of me before I run right into it. Now, to turn on the obstacle detection, we use these physical buttons on the side of the cane, and we can choose between 3 different distances. Short, mid, far. So you can choose how quickly you want to be alerted by the obstacle. Now that I've set it to mid, as I start to walk up towards this obstacle here and my cane goes under it, I'm already being alerted that there's something in front of me. And as I get closer, the beeping gets faster, indicating that I'm getting closer to the object.
Okay, but you know, that cane, you have to also really know how to use it. You have to know how to use a cane before you use all these smart canes. And yeah, so smartphones, digital devices, and computers have their own accessibility tools that are built in. But there are also apps with OCR. So this is the one I showed earlier in the apps, no? I think this is the best. This is called Seeing AI. They're free. All these, a lot of the apps are free and they work exactly like the glasses. Well, almost exactly like the glasses. And this is vision assistance. So one is it can read whatever you put in front. So it's going to be able to read like the medicine and the ganon, okay? This one, there is to describe. It will actually give a detailed description. If I take a picture of this, it's going to detail. So it's really super detailed. And then you can even ask it, what is the label of my, and if it's there, like what is written in the computer, Carmela, Ongsiako, Isabela, like that, it will answer you. So that's really good. Now this one, it does color, but the color is not so accurate. But for me, this one, if you in the read, if you take a picture of whatever you want to read, it comes out in bigger print, and then you can just play it. So this is nice to use for even people who are not visually impaired, like seniors, because if they look at the mga at directions and all of that, it's super helpful. Menus in the restaurant, pwede. Then it can also do currency. So here, it will tell you how much. And then if you're in a different country, it will also, you can change the settings. And then it's gonna say. Nahirapan siya dito sa new bill because it's shiny. So, diba? So this one, patients love it because it's free. You can put it in your iPad and in your ano. So how do I keep up with the latest options or tools for my patients? I follow visually impaired bloggers who share real, unfiltered insights. And I share this with my patients so that when they go home, they can look. My favorite, is I have 3 favorites. The first is The Blind Life. This guy has Stargardt's disease. He reviews assistive technology with clarity and he gives tutorials on how to use it. Like, those mga seeing AI. I learned the latest from him. And if you don't know how to use it in your computer, he'll teach you. He has so many videos on how to use it. So I like always looking at him. They send him the devices to review. The second one is Carry on Accessibility. This is Carrie Morales. She's a visually impaired Filipino creator, sharing reviews, interviews, lifestyle tips. Her husband is blind, her dad is blind. She has aniridia. And you know what I like about her? She rates the apps of what's good for her. But syempre, it's not the same for everyone, but she rates what is, they make really nice videos. And this one, the next one is Molly Burke. This Molly Burke is the one you saw earlier. She's blind from retinitis pigmentosa, really pretty. She talks about her daily life. She has a boyfriend nga now who does her videos for her. And she began her social media by makeup tutorials.
As a minority woman,
just
it's really important to me to financially support businesses that are also owned by minority women. And that's really just the excuse that I gave myself to purchase a full face of Fenty Beauty.
Really,
and as a blind makeup lover, when I'm trying a brand for the first time, it can take a bit of experimenting before I feel like I really got the gist of it. For example, usually I like to use a sponge or a brush with my face.
There are also even appliances became smarter na. They allow visually impaired individuals to cook, clean, and live independently. So this is Molly. Siyempre, she's famous na, so they're already giving her sponsor, no? So she made her apartment accessible by using the Amazon device, which is the Amazon Echo.
The Echo Show 15.
Echo Show 15. She's able to control it. She controls everything through this device. She can lock the door. She can open and turn on the lights and gano'n.
My doorbell.
So she could just live there on her own.
I am able to use through the Echo Show 15.
And then there are driverless cars. The Waymo. I don't know if I rode one when I was in San Francisco, and the car, it was so amazing and scary because you're there, it picks you up like an Uber. You have to look at the plate number. And then when you enter, it will tell you to put your seatbelts on, and then it goes. And you're thinking, where is it gonna bring me, right? My feeling is like, oh my God, we're gonna get kidnapped here. And then it slows down whenever there's a traffic light. And then if, let's say, there's suddenly a car that, it stops and then it avoids. It's so crazy. It's so amazing. So these are all good for visually impaired. Syempre, it's mahal pa, but these are coming. So these bloggers and also my patients remind me that the best lessons come from lived experiences and not textbooks. I really learn more from this rather than reading the textbooks. And these assistive tools that I talked about can make our VIPs more functional and independent. But we must remember, and this one I added na, we must remember that assistive tools are not enough. Included in our options for a visually impaired that we need to talk to them about is one, there's training and orientation and mobility. So that's going around with a cane. There are people who train you to teach you how to use the cane. Two, there's services of the occupational therapy for activities of daily living. I just want to emphasize that because it has really helped me with patients, especially who cannot anymore magnify. So these are the duties. Sorry. Oh yeah, that's it. These are the duties of the goals of the occupational therapy. Now, the patient I have is Almira, is a 26-year-old female who was diagnosed with retinitis pigmentosa. By the time she came to me, her vision on one eye is LP and the other eye is hand motion. She started out with night blindness but in high school, she would stay in front of her class. She took pharmacy in UST. She passed pharmacy in UST, but she had to quit when she was doing her internship because her vision was really deteriorating. So she got a boyfriend, and then she started a coffee business. And I tried to get the coffee for today, but she didn't have stock. She seemed very functional. I didn't know how to help her because she was so functional now on her own. So she does household chores on her own, everything on her own. But I asked her, what pa ba do you want to do? And she said, Doc, gusto ko mag-bake. I want to be able to bake. So I referred her to this occupational therapist who deals with vision. After 3 sessions, she baked this. And guess what? I have for you samples. I told her to bake, okay? She baked cookies and some banana muffins. And she wants to make it her business. She hasn't done it pala. I thought she did it na. But like, for example, here, it wasn't yet perfect, no? But can you imagine? She did that on her own. And she cannot see. Prepared and did it all on her own. Just want to really emphasize that you have patients who are hand motion. There's always something that we can do. Okay? And so seeing without sight, I'm ending now, seeing without sight is actually a reality due to all these assessive tools and options. All these advances sound great, but of course, there are obstacles. What's the first obstacle? The cost. Most of the electronic devices are really very expensive. The second, very important, is awareness. So the VI people, the visually impaired people, simply don't know what's out there for them. We are responsible to letting them know that they have options and that there is life after their impairment. Anyone who works with VI, especially ophthalmologists, should make their patients aware of this. Options would include the assistive tools, the occupational therapists, and lessons for computer, and orientation and mobility referrals. Sometimes they also need psychiatric counseling, which most of the time I do because they come and they're depressed. All they need, you just need, they just want you to listen, that's all. But the biggest obstacle, it's us, the sighted people. We often do not know how to talk to or how to design for or how to support our visually impaired people. And too often, we exclude them from the very conversations meant to help them. This has to change. So if you remember one thing, let it be this. Technology empowers, but it's empathy, inclusion, and listening that truly transform lives. Listen to your patients always. Let's work together to build a future where no one is left behind, not because of their disability, but because society is finally ready to embrace them fully. This patient has proliferative diabetic retinopathy. He's blind in one eye. He was a nurse when he started working online during the pandemic. He uses this, it's super laspag na, this iris vision at home. He says, thank you to technology. So that's it. So here na.
Yay!
I haven't tried it, but these are banana muffins and chocolate chip cookies.
Thank you, Doc.
So if you didn't come here, sorry na lang. Wala kayong... Yeah.
No, but anyway, thank you. There's a lab,
Yes, Doc.
right?
What daw?
I turn off something. No. I'll just let it be.
Yes, Pam.
Anyway, thank you, Carmela, for very good lecture. You know, Dr. I think if I remember, this would be your third year na sa Lobby sessions.
Should I close this?
No, Doctor.
Can you hear me?
You're choppy. So, kasi, where are you? You're supposed to be here.
Friday. Just wanted to commend you being inspiring and advocacy for low vision. Has been going on almost 30 years, correct? From 2006.
What? Is she asking how long I've been practicing?
No. Because
2005.
Six.
Five.
30 years. You know, I took low vision just for a past, but it was that there are many gaps. The gaps of accessibility and the first of how you can help patients afford gadgets. So you can assist. But just like what Carmela said, so IE or EIF. Yeah. Tama ba, listen? What is it again? When is the last one? You're taking home.
What? I can't understand you, Christine. Where are you ba? Look, ano ba?
This is only today.
Okay.
My
You have a question ba or you're just commenting?
I'm commenting.
Okay. Kala ko may question. Why don't you tell us about your practice of low vision?
It's shocking.
She's orbit and oculoplastic.
I'm sorry. The reception is not good. I don't know why. Is that better?
Wala, you're still echoing. Hi, Carmela.
Hi.
Is it echoing?
Hi, Marcel.
Yeah, there's echo pa, no?
Maybe Carmela should turn it on.
Yeah. The echo is hard.
Speaker on. Turn it on.
Dr. Carl,
Yes. Yeah.
maybe it's coming from you. Because before you tuned in, it was fine.
This one?
Yes. Yung speaker niya kasi eto na yun. So, hindi yan magta-turn on. So,
how about that?
There's still an echo.
may naka-on na mic. Speaker. Nasa yung mic. Wala dyan. I think it's okay. It says that.
Carl, siguro turn off your mic muna.
Me? Okay.
There's still echo.
Yeah.
Meron, di ba?
In Zoom.
How about that, Doc?
Meron pa rin. But when you were talking kanina,
Meron pa.
wala na.
Ayan. Ilan yung mic sa conference room? Baka dalawa yung naka-on na mic sa conference.
Wala na din, Doc.
Ayan, better na.
Yay!
Okay, go.
So anyway, I wanted to commend Dr. Ongsiako for her advocacy for low vision. So she started in 2005. That was also the reason while waiting for my posting for orbit oculoplasty, I decided to take it first in 2006 in San Francisco. And the thing that was just a bit frustrating is that the accessibility to for our local for the local scene, like for our visually impaired patients, is the gap of accessibility of how they can get hands on for these devices. Second, the price, and then of course number one, most of it is the awareness. In our practice as even from residency and how we apply it every day, it's not yet a clear cut um, like vision or when to refer. So what we're doing with the low vision group at the society is awareness and awareness and awareness, and reaching out to different subspecialties. For the interns, since they're here, I hope this was this is an eye opener for you. Because let's say not even if you just go to ophthalmology, at least you know that they're for visually impaired, and what assistive devices can do. Even just using your own phone, and of course refer to your friendly ophthalmologist, or if needed, to the low vision specialist. Any questions from the floor at this point? Okay, so one question from Dr. Ibanez is, when do we refer for low vision consult? Is it based on the best corrected visual acuity, visual field, or when do we refer if we know the diagnosis will eventually lead to blindness? Dr. Carl? The question is, when do we refer to LD? Is it based on best corrected visual acuity or the visual field defect? Or can, let's say, like Dr. Ibanez, refer already just based on the diagnosis, because eventually they're going to, it will lead to blindness.
First, I'd like to thank Dr. Ibanez. He's very good he refers all his genetic patients for low vision. So even just the information about it is good enough. I think the earliest that you can refer is when the patient has any difficulty with function. If she's undergoing treatment, in the middle of the treatment, and if the treatment is matagal, and she can't do anything, you might as well refer, because they're going through depression. For me, as early as you want, if you know it's a disease that can cause visual impairment or can get worse, refer, because then they get depressed. So the whole time they're waiting, let's say you inject, then they're not able to text, they're not able to do anything, then they're just depressed the whole time. Pala naman, there are all these apps. You don't need to refer if you just talk to them about their options, diba? Kawawa naman, think of it if that's your mom or that's your sister or whatever, diba? So the whole time, they're depressed because they can't do anything because they're waiting for the next treatment. Then the whole family is depressed. When one is depressed, everybody gets depressed in the house because they become masungit and all of that. So I think it's early. It should be early. If it's a known visual impairment, it's going to be like retinitis, inherited diseases. It's good to know the options even if they can still see. Just options. I'm not going to. They're not going to buy devices and all, but hey, there's a life after, and you need to be able to talk to them about it, because it's unfair if you don't.
I think on top of what Carmela said, so in my practice, so one is the best corrected visual acuity. For 2040, most often naman these patients that have conditions that we know will eventually lead to blindness, you will already see that number one, the best corrected visual acuity is limiting. Second, for sure, they will also have some point parang difficulty of reading. So that's already for me like one point that you can start to refer. And then considering like, for example, may retinitis pigmentosa na pala siya. Maybe that's one of the common things. Then you don't have for it to wait. If there's macular degeneration, and then because even with the 2040 vision, distance, or reading, there's always a disturbance already that you can already refer to the low vision specialist so that they're not caught unaware. They are aware of the things that are available for them, and then they can plan ahead also financially. Dr. Valero is raising his hand. Dr. Sherman.
Hello, good afternoon. Thanks, Carmela, for that lecture. I think yung sa question of when to refer, no, I would go with what Carmela was saying na parang function. You look at the function of the patient. My patients that I refer for low vision, usually those are AMD patients, chronic AMD. If you think that there really is no hope for usable vision, no, parang 20/100, 20/200, at yun na lang yung tinitreat mo na para hindi na siya lumala. I think it's time to refer to, if you think that there's really, yun na yung magpa-plateau pa na at a certain vision, like 2050, 2040, you can start referring already. Ang caveat lang kasi for referring too early, in my experience, is that they get turned off and they get parang, mabubulag na ba ako? And then so you have to explain lang that it's not. It's better that you see our vision rehab earlier so that you can adjust while you still have usable vision. So it's a balancing act. No, it's very difficult also for the referrer like us to refer too early kasi they also become depressed if you tell them na parang low vision na tayo ngayon. No? So it's a balancing act. If there is chronicity to the disease, I would probably refer earlier, no? But let's say a retinitis pigmentosa patient na 2020, 2030 pa, fields are okay, I probably will not bring it up. I will not bring up the consult right away. I will slowly ease into it kasi mag-ano ka naman, magpa-plan naman kayo for the future. So you always parang mention lang that in the future, there's a possibility that if the vision becomes, progressively poorer, then we can start referring to our vision rehab. No? So kailangan nyo ring timplahin yung patient nyo. No? Kasi I've had patients na sinabihan ko magre-refer tayo sa vision rehab and low vision. They suddenly get super defensive. No? So kailangan din marunong kayong sabi sa mag-bring up ng topic on when to refer. Because baka hindi pa makarating kala Carmela yon if they get turned off right away. So you have to know how to talk to them. So yun lang. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that's true, no? But I think the ones that the diseases that really progress, like inherited retinal diseases, and then even glaucoma, when you tell a patient that glaucoma is blinding, it would really be nice for them to know that even if it starts to get limited, then there are things to do. And a lot of times, maybe 10 minutes of the time that I spend with them, I explain what their vision is, especially for people with glaucoma and their vision is limited. Sometimes they don't really think that their vision is, I don't have pala vision here and here. They just assume and they just walk. So it's just making them aware of what their limited vision is. But yes, I agree that if it's too early, they might get turned off. Yeah, true.
Carmela, I have another question. So let's say for patients, let's say one eye is, let's say, 20/100, but the other eye naman is still manageable at 20/40. Like for glaucoma, would you consider that as a patient that's good to refer? Like, I mean, should that be referred to already for rehabilitation?
Again, it will depend on his difficulty.
On the
Yeah,
difficulty.
on the difficulty. Does he have, is he have any, gonna have any problems? In the case of some doctors, they refer lang talaga when there's already a field defect. And they come to me and they say, ano, wala namang problema. Then I just educate them. That's all I do. I just educate. Okay, so it's limited here, limited there. So you'll have to turn your head more, ganon. So they're going to be patients like that. But if they're having difficulty, that's the best time talaga to refer.
I also sorry, I just also want to take this opportunity because of the postgraduate course on low vision at Maddox last weekend. So there's these packages pala for PhilHealth, the Z package. Not, but that's for children, right? Do we have that applicable for us in
Below
Makati?
18, no. It's actually for government hospitals. I'm not sure if private hospitals can now apply, but you know it's difficult because, like, for example, with East Ave, with Sheila, it took long for, it takes really long for the government, for the PhilHealth to pay the devices to the hospital. So if you try that here in Makati, wala. They're not going to, ito nga lang OT training, 8,000 pesos until now, wala pa, no?
Because it would be good for the children, sana, like for our pediatric ophthalmologists here that have patients with low vision. So I guess they'll have to end up referring them to the government, like DOH, PGH. I see.
I suggest to refer them to Sheila Santos in East Ave.
Okay.
East Ave is the only one so far that has been paid na. She has about 6 people, but that's 1 year. In 1 year's time, they got na the payment for 6 people.
So if ever you have a patient that needs but is financially challenged also, how do you?
Yeah, I'll refer to her. I'll refer to her, yeah.
Resources for the blinds?
Yeah, you can go to Resources for the Blind. I just don't know
if they have,
you know, they supposedly have, and they were talking about all the things that they have there, but I know it's not yet there. It's not really there yet. It's not true. I don't know. She really, honestly, I don't refer there because what they say.
Okay. So any questions from the floor?
Carmela, is there any foundation that can, where we can refer patients that can help them financially? Kasi nga, yeah, most of my patients are through Sheila because nga sa East Avenue, as you said, no, I had one that came back and they said it's free. Is it true ba it's free in East Avenue or hospital lang advances it and then it's paid?
Abonado na masyado si Ongsiako Foundation.
To say yung Ongsiako Foundation.
No, the Resources for the Blind gives supposedly gives free. I really don't know if they're really functional already now. East Avenue kasi gives free. Or no, Sheila said makes them pay a certain amount. So that's really the place to bring them. Kasi here, wala talaga. And I don't have if it's my own patients, and sometimes if I'm able to find like sponsors for them, that's what I do. But if it's talagang yung maramihan na you might as well send them to East Ave because
kasi ang problem, Carmela, if for private cases natin, Sometimes when I say go to East Avenue, they are hesitant because it's government and you know, you may kaya. Can you hear me?
Yes, but for private patients, then you send to private. Pwede na sa akin.
Sige. Okay.
Yeah,
Sige.
because I have naman, that's the reason why I'm really abonado, because I have the device to demonstrate.
Okay.
I don't, it's hard because there's so many things out there. I try it first before I even offer it. So
Just
if you
like
have patients that can afford, I
Mhm.
have the devices to show them.
Okay.
Now, for other patients who come to me and then let's say they really like the video magnifier and it's 35,000, what I do is I make them pay in gifts, like gifts. And as long as the role is just as long as they start using it already, because sayang naman. And they usually pay naman. Wala pang tumatakbo with those.
Okay, thank you. Ongsiako Foundation. Okay.
Wala, yeah, I will put up shucks. Okay. That's my dream.
Thank
Anyway.
you.
Yeah. Okay. So any more questions? Thank you for all your questions and
Doctora, I have a question. Rem here. Is
Yeah.
color blindness regarding, and second, there are a lot of
Remy got cut off. Can't hear your question.
Hello? Hello? Nawala.
There.
On, naka-on. Kailangan lang ako lumapit sa ano. Doctora, can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So, is color blindness regarded as parang PWD in other countries? And yun bang mga devices to help them see color, is it really reliable? Or totoo ba siya? Or hoax lang siya?
Hoax. I mean, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's hoax.
so color blindness, I think in some countries meron, but here it's for the longest time na they're trying to be part of the PWD. But
Yeah.
I don't know kasi we're against it because it's not really a disability. It becomes a disability if you want to become a
Technical job.
pilot or
Yeah, a
something.
technical job.
So yeah, now I have that Enchroma glasses. I bought that rin para to try, for patients to try. And what it does is it just enhances the color. So you wear it when you go outdoors. Parang it just gets more vibrant, but it doesn't. You try to read the chart, it's not going to make you be able to see the numbers, no? It's not magic. So to try that device, I bring the patient outdoors. And siguro in a span of, I bought that siguro mga more than 5 years ago, I sold one pa lang. I don't have stock, I ordered it, but I have the one child, he's mga 16 years old, because he just, when he went outdoors, he was like, whoa, Dad, I really like this. Okay, so the dad ordered it. But for the others, I even bought the indoors for the computers. Might as well just give filters na lang.
Yeah. So
Enhances.
that your patient, there's a color. He had like a deuteranomaly, that protanomaly. He had that.
Yeah. Well, am I going to test for that? No. I just know they're colorblind, and so I try it. Kasi by the time they come to me, it's okay, 20/20 yung vision niya, but it's just color blindness. So they hear about that device because it was marketed for a long time in Facebook and all of that. But I think the company closed. I'm not so sure. But I haven't really been even showing it to patients anymore. Yeah.
Okay. So any more questions, comments? Congrats, Carl. This is Elaine.
Yeah, I want to know lang, no? Your cheapest video magnifier is the 35, right? That's the one. Yeah, I'm just thinking, just maybe if I could offer it. Rem is familiar with my patient. She gets mood problems really, yeah. And she uses a magnifier. Doesn't want to wear glasses because her husband who passed away said she's not bagay to glasses. I mean, she has other problems kasi. You know what I mean? But I was just thinking the video magnifier might be something that could help. Her other eye is already end-stage glaucoma. Her better eye. I was just wondering lang, no? So
What's her vision, Elaine? What's her vision?
Her other eye is the better eye. The better eye might be Jaeger for reading. That's all she needs it for. Maybe Jaeger 10 for reading.
Yeah,
Maybe for
definitely.
best correction, pwede pa, no? For the
Definitely. You know why? To read, if she loves to read, you can really it's easier to read with a video magnifier because there's no distortion. But then again, Elaine, if she loves to read books, is that what she likes to do?
Well, it's just that when I make her read the chart, she brings out her magnifier. That's why I know she has that.
Because
she
you can
has-
also
yeah.
you can also talk to her about the options of the apps or the phone. If she doesn't like to use glasses, she can use those apps that I talked about, the Seeing AI. They're happy now with that. And then also what the children or the younger people do in the classroom is they take a picture of the lecture and then they magnify it. So you just have to give lang a letter of classroom accommodation so that the teachers will allow them to use their phones inside.
Siguro the Seeing AI muna na free. I'll just let her know how it works. And maybe if she could try that out. Oh, sige. Okay, thanks.
Yes.
Actually, there's so many ways, and then there's so many apps out there. So just like what Dr. Carl said, they're for free. And maybe, yeah, it might also help us those that have presbyopia. So it's good to practice it so that you can also efficiently show it to your patients. So I think any more questions? So now we'd like to thank Dr. Carmela Ongsiako for giving us insights for independence for visually impaired patients and what assistive technology can do and what we can also offer. Before we go, I'm gonna announce this already for next Thursday. So Dr. Marcel thought it was last night, the Friday socials. It's gonna be Thursday next week. May 22 at 6 p.m. It's a Filipino fiesta. It's hosted together ophthalmology, anesthesiology, and ENT. So, and also special sponsorship from our very own Dr. Edward Uy and Apple Nepomuceno. So come one, come all. And then, yeah, we can have a fellowship night on Thursday. Don't forget. Any announcements from Dr. Valero?
We're okay. Congratulations to Trisha. I don't think she's here. She just finished na. So yeah. So Ollie is now the sole senior of the department.
Okay. Congrats.
Okay.
Ollie. All right. Thank you, Carmela.
Thank you.
Speaks. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Have a good weekend.